Hi everyone, hope you had a wonderful week. This is Victoria from crushcrypto.com and welcome to this week's market update on the crypto space. Bitcoin prices came down this week by 5%, coming down around 7% from its peak of almost $6,200 on October 21st. Most of the other major cryptocurrencies had single-digit movements as news was relatively light. Bitcoin Cash outperformed with a 31% increase in higher volumes. It is up over 20% so far in trading today. There are several potential reasons behind the rally in Bitcoin Cash. First of all, a new batch of mining hardware was recently sold by Bitmain that only accepts payments in Bitcoin Cash, which may have driven up demand. Second, people may be in a buy and wait stance as Bitcoin Cash is planning a hard fork slated for November 13th. And third, Bitcoin Gold, which came onto the exchanges on October 24th, may not be seen as large as a threat to Bitcoin Cash as people were anticipating earlier. Bitcoin Gold prices have been pretty stable for the past couple of days and closed at $116 on October 28th. This week, tokens had mixed performance. The market leader, Go, fell 3% over the week, although volumes were up 25%. Its market cap has shrunk by more than 40% from its peak of $1.27 billion on September 8 to $736 million. Other tokens including EOS, Ardor, Augur, 10x, Walton, and MateSafe Coin had single-digit movements on light news. On the other hand, TRON and Metal outperformed with weekly gains of over 30% and very heavy volumes. A couple of days ago, TRON announced that Gatecoin will be supporting their token airdrop and listing on November 1st. And for Metal, according to their official blog, the team will be releasing their official alpha on October 30th. On to the major developments in the crypto market this week. Russia's first Deputy Prime Minister Igor Shuvvalov commented at a forum last week that the government's intentions are not to abolish ICOs completely. His statements was made as a reassurance after several regulatory developments in Russia in recent weeks. President Vladimir Putin announced that Russia will be having its own state-issued cryptocurrency called the crypto ruble. Putin and top Russian regulators also came to a decision earlier to regulate cryptocurrencies in Russia, which includes the process of issuing cryptocurrencies, the process of mining, and the process of circulation. The official confirmed that the government plans to regulate ICOs and is working on drafting bills that are aimed at regulating them. The Russian Association of Blockchain and Cryptocurrency is also working on drafting a law to legalize ICOs. Meanwhile, South Korea is pushing for reforms that includes managing and supervising digital currency transactions, including transactions involving Bitcoin. South Korean Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Strategy and Finance talked about this during a high-level meeting of the International Monetary and Financial Committee. He also stated last Friday that he will take a more active role in reviewing digital currencies. South Korean regulators have been discussing ways to regulate cryptocurrencies in the country for several months already. However, they have been facing a number of issues, such as whether to classify them as money, assets, or securities. Interestingly, unlike most other countries, Singapore may decide not to regulate cryptocurrencies. During an interview with Bloomberg, an official with the Monetary Authority of Singapore said they have no plans to regulate cryptocurrencies in the country at this time. The Monetary Authority of Singapore basically serves as the central bank and the financial regulator for Singapore, and they have been one of the early adopters of blockchain technology. In the interview, the official said they believe the currency itself does not pose the risk that warrants regulation. Instead, they will likely assess the activities around cryptocurrencies and determine if regulation is necessary, such as anti-money laundering measures. Singapore has always been an advocate of blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies, and they could play a critical role in driving adoption of blockchain technology forward. A few days ago, a report from the United Kingdom government found that money laundering and terrorist financing risks from cryptocurrency to be currently low. This came from the National Risk Assessment of Money Laundering and Terrorist Financing report that was released on October 26 by UK's Treasury and Home Office. The authors further predict that terrorist use of cryptocurrency is unlikely to increase significantly in the next 5 years. The report also mentions that the government is currently leading a multi-agency group focused on digital currencies. This latest report could be seen as positive for the development of cryptocurrencies. Most of the concerns from regulators around the world on the use of cryptocurrencies have been more or less related to money laundering and terrorist financing. And on to some non-regulatory developments this week. Coinbase, one of the largest digital asset brokers in the world, issued a blog post a few days ago to clarify what will happen after the upcoming SegWit 2x fork. They had earlier said that at the time of the fork, the existing chain will be called Bitcoin, and the SegWit 2x fork will be called Bitcoin 2x. They have now decided that they will call a chain with the most accumulated difficulty Bitcoin once the forks have stabilized. They will consider factors such as market cap and community support to determine stability. Last week I talked about Tezos and how the company has been dealing with the dispute between Tezos' two founders and the president of a Swiss foundation that manages their ICO funds. According to news outlets, the founders want the president of the foundation to step down and want to take back some of the foundation's responsibilities. This week, there were reports that an official investigation is now underway against Tezos on behalf of various ICO investors. Tezos' pre-launch tokens, which goes by the symbol XTZ, has declined more than 35% since it peaked in mid-October, although its downward spiral seems to have slowed down in the past couple of days. Thank you very much for watching our weekly update. Please check out our weekly report at crushcrypto.com for more information and links to other articles and news from this week. Hope you have a great day and we'll see you again next week.